Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Dr. Shahana and we are studying the pharmacy practice. Our today's topic is the coronary artery disease. What is coronary artery disease? Coronary artery disease CAD is sometimes also called as the CHD, which is the coronary heart disease, or ischemic heart disease IHD. It is a reduction of the vascular supply to the heart due to the atheroma or a thrombosis or due to the vasospasm of the coronary arteries. What are coronary arteries? Coronary arteries are those arteries which are responsible for the blood supply to the heart. This impairment of the oxygen supply, this impairment of the oxygenated blood to the cardiac tissue is sufficient to cause the myocardial ischemia. If it is severe or prolonged, it may cause the death of the cardiac muscle cells. Same phenomena occur if the atheroma is in other vasculature is produced instead of the coronary artery, यानी coronary artery की बजाय कहीं और अगर plaque बन जाएगा, the same phenomena may occur depending upon the area where this atherosclerosis has been occurred. For example, if it is occurred in carotid artery, this will result in the cerebral ischemia. The term will be changed to cardiovascular disease, being adopted to CHD, that is basically cerebrovascular disease and the peripheral vascular disease. Cardiovascular disease, usme ischemia is always occur when the oxygen demand of the heart is increasing. This oxygen demand exceeds more as compared to the myocardial oxygen supply. It results in the ischemia of the myocardium. This ischemia releases adenosine, which is the main mediator of the chest pain. यानी adenosine release होता है. This adenosine is responsible for the chest pain. It stimulates the A1 receptors located on the cardiac nerve ending. This may be silent or the duration is of insufficient length. If the cardiac nerves are damaged, if in case of the diabetes, or there may be the inhibition of the pain of the spinal or supraspinal level. तो अगर डायबिटीज है तो फिर पेन फील नहीं होगा. आपने देखा होगा, अक्सर आप सुनते होंगे कि डायबिटिक पेशेंट का हार्ट अटैक आया, फील ही नहीं हुआ. Why? Because the nerves are desensitized in case of the high sugar level. अगर हमारी जो शुगर है वो अनकंट्रोल है तो वो नर्व्स हमारी जो है वो डिस्टर्ब हो जाएंगी, डिसेंसिटाइज हो जाएंगी, जिसकी वजह से ये जो प्रॉब्लम है हार्ट की वो हाईलाइट नहीं हो सकेगी. There are various types of the coronary artery disease. Among them, there is a chronic ischemic heart disease resulting in the chronic stable angina. Then there will be a silent myocardial ischemia, such as in case of the diabetic person. There is a variant angina, which is also called as Prinzmetal's angina. There may be acute symptoms, and in case of acute symptoms, there may be acute coronary syndromes. There may be unstable angina. Here may be the elevation of the ST segment of the PQRST interval, which is also called as NSTM. There will be the it will either non-ST segment elevation, and there may be a ST segment elevation, and there may be a sudden cardiac death due to the complete cessation of the oxygen and blood supply to the specific portion of the heart, resulting in the sudden cardiac death. Problematic conditions are the conditions of the hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, diabetes mellitus, obesity, and stress that require the optimal management. Usually, the stable angina is easily managed with the nitrates, and this is for the relief of the pain. Workload of the heart is reduced by the beta blocker. ST elevation on the ECG basically indicative of the occluded coronary artery. इसमें coronary artery जो है वो block हो गई है and it is used to determine the treatment with the fibrinolysis. Fibrinolysis हम यहाँ पे drug use करेंगे और फिर अगर fibrinolysis से control नहीं हो रही है symptoms, then we will switch to the angioplasty. While NSTM maybe have the myocardial damage, they are at increased risk of the death and maybe benefit from the glycoprotein 2B and 3A inhibitors. It means ये अगर हम देखें तो ST elevation का मतलब है कि there is a blockage of the coronary artery but there is no heart damage. While अगर non-ST segment elevation है myocardial infarction की, then there is the death of the or there is a damage to the myocardium of the heart. यहाँ damage ज़्यादा है and there will be the increased risk of the death in case of non-ST elevated myocardial infarction. This is the simple classification. It is of two types, chronic one and the acute one. And in case of chronic one, it may be of three types, stable angina, variant angina and the silent myocardial ischemia. In case of acute coronary syndromes, there may be unstable angina, there may be ST segment elevation, there may be non-ST segment elevation and there may be both will lead to the acute myocardial infarction. Chronic ischemic heart disease usually does not result in the acute myocardial infarction. However, it is a chronic condition. It needs to be managed. Most problematic thing is that myocardial oxygen demand is mainly responsible for the ischemic episode. Basically, they are indicative and they are mainly grabbed when the person undergo exercise or there is increased workload, which increases the force of contractility. When there is an increased oxygen demand that result in the myocardial ischemia. Usually it is also observed in patient with thyrotoxicosis or in case of severe ventricular hypertrophy or due to hypertension. And the main reason is the narrowing of the coronary artery. Coronary artery जो है वो narrow हो रही है due to the deposition of the plaque. You can see in this that the heart has a supply, blood supply which is fatty layer. एक fatty layer आपको नजर आ रही है जो कि show करे कि there is a plaque in a blood vessels that lead to the coronary heart disease. This plaque is mainly responsible for reduction of the lumen diameter. When the reduction is more extensive, there will be the reduced ability of the coronary artery to dilate, especially in those situations where there is an increased myocardial oxygen demand. Oxygen carrying capacity of blood is impaired. This coronary heart disease annually kills millions of people and usually about 6 to 7 millions of the people are die due to CHD. Students should take out the epidemiology of the CHD in Pakistan and in Karachi. And if we talk about the worldwide UK population, about 30% of the premature deaths are reported due to the CVD. Among them, more are men and 22% are observed in case of the women. We have number of risk factors which increases the chances of a person to have a coronary artery disease, and these are mainly related to the high dietary fat. बहुत ज़्यादा fat का intake, high oil intake, and red meat, and the content of the food is too much. That will lead to the generation of the atherosclerotic plaque in the coronary artery. This is the main leading cause. For that purpose, we should also cover the drugs that lower the cholesterol and for the preventive measure. So final year, fourth year students should also cover those drugs which reduces the blood cholesterol in this course. As the age progresses, there is a more chance of the occurrence of the coronary artery disease, especially if the man has the age above 50 years. And furthermore, mortality rate is also very high due to the age-related factors. About 25% of the patient are dying due to the coronary artery disease. Women are less susceptible to the CHD as compared to men. However, the protection has been lost after the menopause and presumably due to the hormonal changes. These diseases, certain diseases are there that are mainly contributing in the development of the coronary artery disease. These are the hypertension, diabetes, and increased rates of the serum cholesterol level. So obesity, especially the abdominal obesity, is one of the leading cause that increase the dominance of the CHD. Most problematic disease occur in case of diabetes mellitus, as there is insulin resistance is there, and there is high mortality rate in case of the CHD, where there is no symptom and there will be the silent or sudden cardiac death. Furthermore, unusual physical exertion also increases the risk of the infarction, and moderate exercise is beneficial for that purpose. बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज अब बिल्कुल ही sedentary लाइफस्टाइल है, अगर बिल्कुल ही बैठे हुए हैं, कोई काम नहीं करते, then it is also a contributing factor for the CHD. Anxiety and stress has also a role on the development of the CHD, and this is mainly related to the eating disorder, जिसमें एंजाइटी एंड स्ट्रेस में लोग ज्यादा खाने लगते हैं कभी कभी, और स्ट्रेस की वजह से वैसे भी आपने सुना होगा कि कोई बुरी खबर सुन के दिल बैठ जाता है और हार्ट अटैक आ जाता है. सेम कंडीशन related to the anxiety and stress. Anxiety and depression will increase the chances of the myocardial infarction and also increase the rate of the mortality, which is almost double than the normal. डबल हो जाएगी mortality rate, मरने के चांसेस बढ़ जाएंगे अगर डिप्रेशन और एंजाइटी के साथ अगर कोरोनरी आर्टरी डिजीज भी हो जाए. The chances of occurrence of the CHD can be reduced. The risk of the CHD and these are the regular consumption of the fresh fruit and vegetables. Diet आपका बिल्कुल, अगर आप अपना डाइट पैटर्न को चेंज कर देंगे, then there will be the change in the deposition of the fats and lipids in the coronary artery. There will be a reduction, and then this reduction is very helpful. Weight loss strategy should be adopted, and the ideal BMI should be maintained, which is among the 20 to 25 according to the height of a person. So for that purpose, there should be a regular exercise. A regular exercise should be there. Either it will be of 20 minutes, either up to 45 minutes. अब slowly sustain daily exercise. ये नहीं हो कि एक वीक में एक दफा करें, बहुत ज्यादा करें and then you leave it. No, you have a proper schedule for the exercise which may be followed. The question arises in our mind that how it is occur. कैसे हो जाता है? The main reason is unclear. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि कैसे हो जाता है. However, the presence of the hypercholesterolemia is indicative that there will be a deposition or narrowing of the endothelial lining of the coronary arteries. That is the main common factor contributing to the coronary heart disease. This basically related to a non-denuding from the injury that lead to the injury to the endothelial lining of the coronary artery. Internally, there may be an injury due to the high cholesterolemia. These fats get deposited in the endothelial lining, and it shows that body respond it as and taking it as an injury, by which platelets are gathered there. They stick to the endothelial lining of the blood vessels. This indication of the endothelial lining damage to the endothelial lining of the coronary arteries will also migrate the monocytes and accumulate the fatty streaks that contain the lipids, which macrophages T cells, and these migration and proliferation of the smooth muscle cell into the lipid layer, which further lead to the deposition of the lipid, form the fibroblasts, and this fibroblasts will follow the synthesis of the collagen and elastin and proteoglycans, and these glycoproteins that make up the fibrous cap surrounding the cells together, and they form a plaque. You can see here is a picture of the atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is the major cause of the CHD, and this atherosclerotic plaque disruption is the most common cause of the MI, myocardial infarction. About 90% of the patients having the evidence of the plaque in the coronary artery. About 75% of the reduction in the blood flow occur at the point where the this plaque is generated, and by this there will be a compensatory vasodilating mechanism by which body is try to cope up with the need of the body oxygen demand. However, if it reach up to the 75%, the body cannot compensate the demand of the oxygen, and the vasodilation of the coronary artery is not able to keep pace with the moderate increase or increase of the oxygen of the myocardium. Clinically, this will result in symptoms of the angina pectoris. You can see in the option A, there is a normal artery with a smooth endothelium, and after the changing in the dietary problem, and there will be a change in the LDL concentration of a person. This LDL concentration will oxidize to the oxidized LDL, and this oxidized LDL is mainly responsible for the deposition towards the normal smooth layer of the endothelium. These oxidized LDL together with monocyte consumes the oxidized LDL, and they are mainly responsible for the improper condition of the artery lining. Or you can see that this cascade is followed by the inflammatory cascade, and certain platelets are come together to consider as endothelial damage, injury, and to repair the injury there will be the platelet, there will be a vasoconstriction, there will be the growth of certain other factors which are mainly come to resolve these symptoms. However, this further worsen the condition, and you can see there will be a narrowing of the blood endothelium. There is a reduction in the diameter of the artery. If it is continue, the problem in the muscular layer of the endothelium comes out from the blood vessels or inner lining of the blood vessels, and this plaque is responsible for the further clotting of the blood around it, and this further clotting may completely block the artery. So eventually a blood clot is formed that stops the blood flow, and the blood flow to the heart is mainly stopped. This blood stopping of the heart of the blood towards the heart may further lead to the cardiac damage, and this cardiac damage is followed by the sudden cardiac death. What is angina pectoris? Angina pectoris is named on the basis of its symptom, which is basically chest pain due to the ischemia of the heart muscle. Due to the previous mentioned mechanism, there will be a ischemia in the heart muscle, and there will be the spasm, or there may be an obstruction, or there may be the blockade of the coronary artery. That blockade lead to the myocardial ischemia. This myocardial ischemia is followed by the reduced oxygen supply to the myocardium, and by this adenosine is released, and this adenosine is responsible for the chest pain called as angina pectoris. Furthermore, you must know that due to the sedentary lifestyle, there is a compensatory mechanism in which the blood vessels will form the collateral circulation in those areas where there is a blockage in starting, and there is a mechanism provided by the nature that in those areas where there is an inability of a person to perceive the pain, and there is an area which there is the inability of a person to get the blood in a myocardium, there will be a collateral circulation, and this collateral circulation is responsible for the reduction of the symptoms of the chest pain in the chronic condition. So in stable angina, usually chest pain is not there because of its the person's sedentary lifestyle. There is no exercise. However, when it undergoes some exercise or some procedures in which there is an exercise, it will lead to the initiation of the symptoms of the chest pain. So angina pectoris has usually classical symptoms, that is there is a stable effort induced or classical symptoms of the normal angina, or there may be an unstable angina, or there may be a variant or vasospastic angina that occur at the wrist, and they are basically caused by the varying combination of the increased oxygen demand and the decreased myocardial perfusion. So these are the types of the angina. It may be stable, it may be unstable, there may be microvascular angina, there may be inflatus angina. This is also called as the effort angina, as the name indicating that it has a characterized short-lasting burning sensation of the chest pain, and this chest pain is usually precipitated by the activity. At rest, there is no chest pain and minimal or no symptoms at rest. And these symptoms are disappear when the person goes back to the rest condition, and there may be a cessation of the activity. It may be walking to the masjid, walking to the bazaar, etc., or the movement of a person along the stairs. This all will lead to the initiation of the symptoms of the chest pain, and this is effort angina. Sometimes there may be no symptom of the chest pain, however there is symptom of extreme fatigue, बहुत थकन होगी, and there may be nausea, and there may be diaphoresis, बहुत पसीने आएंगे, while others may not be associated with some symptoms like silent angina, as we have discussed. In case of diabetic person, in case of women, and in case of elderly person, there may be a chance of the silent angina. Why it is called as stable angina? Because of the triggering factor of the chest pain is the exercise, and in normal condition there is no symptoms, the person is normal, so it is called as stable angina. Unstable angina is an intermediate condition between the stable angina and the myocardial infarction. इन दोनों की बीच की जो condition है वो unstable angina है, in which there is increased progression of the atherosclerotic plaque, and there will be more blockage of the oxygen supply as compared to the need of a person. Now normal person की जो oxygen requirement है वो भी meet नहीं हो पा रही, and it will undergo acute coronary syndromes in which there is and symptoms occur at rest, and there may be the occurrence of the symptoms are severe, and the onset of the symptoms occurrence is very acute, and pain increases with every time, so it is also called as crescendo angina. Pain जो है वो time के हिसाब से बढ़ता चला जाए, that is the reflection of the progression of the heart damage. More accurately, we can say that any episode of the rest angina that is longer than 20 minutes and any new onset of the increasing order of the crescendo manner, or even the development of the shortness of the breath, is indicative of the unstable angina, and it requires the immediate hospital admissions and aggressive therapy to prevent the myocardial infarction and death. Another important type of the angina is called as microvascular angina, and this is basically the blockage of the microvascular arteries that are arterioles, and they are probably due to the poor functioning of the small blood vessels either in the heart, in the arm and the legs, and there is no blockage of the coronary artery. It is very difficult to diagnose, and is also classified as a newer type, and good prognosis is there. In Prince metal angina, it is an uncommon one, and in this, basically, a normal coronary vessel is converted into a spasmatic coronary artery, and there is a continuous vasospasm is observed in the coronary artery. Symptoms are occur at rest, no linkage with the symptoms regarding to the physical activity. There may be a normal heart rate, there may be a normal blood pressure. This Prince metal angina is generally responsive to the coronary vasodilators like nitroglycerin and calcium channel blockers. The symptoms are mainly appear due to the decreased blood flow to the heart muscles from the spasm of the coronary artery. Simply spasm हो गया इसमें, और ये spasm जो है वो एथेरोस्क्लेरोटिक प्लेग की वजह से नहीं है. जो लाइनिंग है ब्लड वेसल्स की वो जो है हार्ड हो रही है, जिसकी वजह से जो है ये स्पाज्म आ गया है आर्टरी के अंदर. स्पाज्म की वजह से वो फिर अब रिलैक्स नहीं हो रही जितनी उसको रिलैक्स होना था. यानी नॉर्मल जो वेलो कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड वेलो डायलेशन का जो प्रोसेस है, जितनी वो डायलेट हो सकती थी उसकी कैपेसिटी जो है वो रिड्यूस हो गई है. That type of angina is called as Prince metal angina. How these symptoms are appear? As we have discussed, that there is a ischemia. Either there will be a increased oxygen demand, or either there will be the decreased oxygen supply that lead to the symptoms of the chest pain. This inadequate blood supply and decreased oxygen supply are the main mechanism which lead to the angina pectoris. The treatment strategy is same, that our main treatment is to relieve the symptoms, and then we have to slow down the progression of the disease, and there will be the reduction of the future attacks of the angina, or there may be a reduction of the future events like myocardial infarction or cardiac death. The main symptom is to prevent the myocardial, main treatment goal is to prevent the myocardial infarction. That's all about the brief introduction of the angina. The next lecture will be on the treatment strategy of the angina pectoris. Thank you.